All right, so we have g of f of 2. Okay, so that's g of, we need to find what f of 2 is. So off to the side, if you need to figure that out, f of 2 is 2 times 2 minus 3, so it's 1. So we're finding g of 1. So we work from the inside out. Well, g of 1, go to your g function, plug in 1. G is x squared, so it's positive 1 squared, which is just 1. So you guys were right. You guys got 1. All right, what'd you guys get for part E? 3? All right, let's see. All right, so I have f of 3. So off to the side, if you need to find what f of 3 is, f of 3 is 2 times 3 minus 3. So it's 3. That doesn't always happen. So I get f of, we said the inside part was 3. I'm writing, but I'm not really writing, apparently. Oh, there we go. Okay, and we just found what f of 3 is. It's 3. So your answer is 3. So that doesn't always happen. They don't cancel out if it's f of or g of. That doesn't happen at all. All right, so the next one. Shh, guys. So I have given f of x equals x squared minus 1 and g of x equals x over 1 minus x. Write each composition of functions. All right, so I'm going to find, when it says each composition of functions, that means you're going to find f of g of x, so the fog one, and g of f of x, the Goff one. So you're going to find both of those. Okay, so let's start out with f of g of x. Okay, this time I don't have numbers, so it's going to be a little bit harder. So I have f of g of x was x over 1 minus x. Okay, so what this means is I'm going to look at the f function, and everywhere I had x before, I'm now going to replace it with x over 1 minus x. Just like if we had f of 2, we'd replace x with 2. Okay, so I'm going to put all that in parentheses, so I'm going to say x over 1 minus x, that's my new x value. So I'm going to have squared minus 1. Okay, I won't make you guys square that out. You can leave it like that. All right, let's find g of f of x. Okay, g of f of x is g of x squared minus 1. That was what f of x was. So now it's saying look at your g function, and I'm going to plug in x squared minus 1 in for all of the x's in the g function. Okay, so I'm going to have, instead of x, I'm going to have x squared minus 1 over 1 minus x squared minus 1. Does that make sense? That's the part people were having trouble with yesterday. All right, so let's simplify this a little bit so it's just kind of messy. So I have x squared minus 1 over 1 minus x squared. So I'm distributing my negative. And then plus 1. Plus. So it's x squared minus 1 all over 1 plus 1, so 2, minus x squared. Okay, you can leave it like that. Now in the other class they were saying, well, don't you have to factor that? So don't you need to factor the top, factor the bottom, hope that things cancel? You can factor the top, it's x plus 1 times x minus 1, but why can you not factor 2 minus x squared? It's not what? The x, you switched around so the x was first. It is the difference of, x squared, but what about 2? Yeah, 2 is not a perfect square, right? So if it was 4 minus x squared, it'd be 2 plus x times 2 minus x. But 2 minus x squared, that's not the difference of 2 perfect squares. So you can't factor that. So that's as far as you can keep it. All right, so that's the end of 7-7. Any questions on that? Is that what? That's 7-7.